560 and 570. Absolute giant right there. It's a giant fish. What's going on, guys? It's been a minute since I've been on here, but been fishing Lanier a lot the past few weeks and catching a lot of these pre-spawn and spawning spotted bass. These fish are absolutely everywhere out in the lake, from brush piles, deep humps, up shallow on docks, secondary points, you name it, there's probably fish on it. It's just a matter of what you want to pursue for that day. Had a couple of days last week and actually caught a lot of spots over 5 pounds. I think we boated 5 or 6 in 2 or 3 days over 5 pounds. Absolutely incredible average out there. There's some giant fish pulling up to spawn. If you're interested on any of that information, I'll have that link down below at my fish tips. If you don't have time to get out on the water with me on a guide trip and you're going out there on the weekend, Fish Tips is awesome. It's a virtual guide service where I give you my baits, locations, and patterns for your day on the water. And if you can't take off work or anything like that, you can be dialed when you do hit the water. So definitely check that out down below. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump into some of these fish catches over the past few weeks. I fished the BFL and then I fished the Barnes tournament yesterday. Had just under 21 in the BFL. I think I ended up about 7th place, so a decent finish there. And yesterday we had a small bag of 1860 something for 11th place in the barn. So nothing too crazy on the tournament side of things, but definitely been out there a lot and trying to pattern some of these fish for some upcoming tournaments. Y'all stay tuned. Hope y'all enjoy it. Alright guys, first good one of the day, about 3 1/4, 3 1/2 pounder. Flip that neko rig right over to him. It was starting to shake head for a little bit, but this fish seemed kind of skittish, and oftentimes that neko rig just a little bit better of an option. Nice little 3 pounder right there. Still looking for ones that are a lot bigger than him, but definitely a good start to the day for sure. Nice pre-spawn fish. Another nice 2 pounder right there. About the very next cast, saw one fish on a brush pile and threw it down there about 45 feet. Swam down there and grabbed it. Nothing too crazy, but definitely another nice fish. Kind of keying us in on what these fish are doing, staging up for the spawn. These fish are moving up really shallow, so I'm gonna keep poking around, see if we can't find a few better ones. Nice little fish. man, about a 5.5 right there, guys. Absolute giant pre-spawn fish right there. Giant. That's definitely over 5.5. That's a giant right there, guys. Look at that gut on that thing. Giant spot. I mean, that thing is just fat right there. We'll go ahead and throw her on the scale, see what she weighs. All right, guys, I don't know if y'all can see that right there. I'm gonna get her off the bottom. Let's say about 518 to 526. It's a giant fish right there. It's a brute. All right, guys, well, that screen's cleared off. Just caught another. That was probably 5 3/4, almost 6 pounds. It's a giant fish right there on a neko rig. Absolute freak right there. It's a giant, huge fish. Saw 2 of them up there on a stump. Threw that neko over there. It's a giant fish. Wow, what an awesome day, guys. All right, guys, I don't know if y'all can see that. Fish right there is a 5, not quite 6, 560 to 570. Absolute giant right there. It's a giant fish. Unreal day. Guys, got a pretty big one on right here on the neko rig, about a 4-pounder. Just saw him up here on this rock. See if we can't get this one on the boat. It's a pretty big one. Beautiful fish. Go back here real quick and land her. All right, guys, there she is. Probably not quite 4, but definitely a good upper 3-pounder. Saw that fish right up there on the edge of these rocks with that neko rig. Flipped it over there. Actually took her a few minutes to eat it, but definitely a really nice, healthy Lake Lanier spot. Fish is not quite spawning, but definitely gonna be very soon. Nice fish for sure. Go ahead and let her go. guys, another nice little almost 3-pounder on that neko rig. Saw that fish up there spawning up on the rocks. Fished it to him. Ate it pretty quick. Nice, another little one. Looks like that neko rig's gonna be pretty hot. Gonna keep integrating that mag draft. Already had 2 really big bites on mag draft. Just wouldn't commit to it. But nice sunny, warm March day. Catch some spawning spots, and hopefully we get lucky with a few big ones on that mag draft. But nice little fish right there for sure. Alright guys, nice little 3-pounder right there on the mag draft. Threw it up in that dock, absolutely crushed it. Nice 3-pounder right there for sure. Getting up there ready to spawn. The fish is really fat. Awesome. Guys, nice little chunky 2-pounder right there on neko. So I'm spawning on a stump. Nothing too crazy, but good fish right there.